Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about why Deandre Ayton, what he brings to the Lakers, and why I think he's a good overall fit, but he's not the perfect fit alongside Luka Doncic. So the Lakers have needed a big man for a while. And they got Deandre Ayton the other day, 7-footer who can space the floor, which was something that the previous center the Lakers were gonna get. Mark Williams, he wasn't able to do that as well as Ayton can. So I think that's an advantage to have someone who could create space, and he could also be an interior presence with his athleticism that he provides for being a 7-footer. He's not the lob threat that Luka has had in the past, like a Derek Lively or Gafford or anything, but he's able to catch, lobs if they're thrown efficiently. He could protect the rim at a decent level. He's not as good of a rim protector as like a Mark Williams, but he could protect the rim, I think, at an average level. He could grab rebounds, not at a elite level, but I think overall he's definitely an upgrade over Jackson Hayes, who the Lakers actually resigned today, actually, for a 1-year deal. So I guess now he might be the backup to Deandre Ayton, unless the Lakers pick up another big or two, but still waiting to see how the landscape of the NBA will play out in free agency. There might even be more trades, so we'll have to just see, but I think Ayton could be an upgrade, definitely over what they've had in the last few seasons. I think Anthony Davis was like their last true big before they traded him, obviously, for Luka. So, but yeah, I mean, is he like going to be a Jokic stopper? I don't think so. I think the Bears and Jokic, those types of bigs, I still think they could, do some work. I just feel like I said, Deandre Ayton, he's not gonna like protect the rim or anything at an elite level. He averaged like under a block last year, but like I said, he averages like a double-double, so he'll grab rebounds for you and he'll play pretty good on the defensive end. I think there are concerns or cons to this signing. I think he's had a lot of issues in the past, especially just I guess behavior things and injuries has been a thing that he's had in the past few seasons, so I'm worried that's a little bit think worrisome if you're a Laker fan. Longevity of Ayton. Um, there's no guarantee with him that he's going to play, a whole season. If that's the case, then you're kind of back to having the same position as last year with Jackson Hayes being your starting center. So, yeah, there's also is he just trying to up his value with the Lakers, or does he truly care about winning? It's another question mark with him, but I think it's pretty good value for LA. He gave up most of his $30 million in the contract buyout, so the Lakers signed him to a 2-year, $8 million. I believe they did. They used the rest of their mid-level, whatever was left of their mid-level exception, to use on Ayton. So good overall value. You didn't have to make a trade. You didn't have to give up any players to get him, which he was in trade rumors as a player that was being targeted by LA. But we were able to sign him in free agency. Now we'll see how it plays out with him. Some pros and some cons, but yeah, if you're a Laker fan, I wouldn't be like super, hype about it, but I would also be like, okay, this is like a pretty legit signing, I think, with finally getting a big that could, be a pretty good fit with Luka and LeBron, I think, as long as he is healthy and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think Deandre Ayton is going to be the long-term answer. I mean, he could be, but there are a lot of questions that need to be answered for him to prove that he could be that. With Luka's, could he fit Luka's timeline? And then the Lakers are trying to build around Luka, so I think Ayton is still. I think he's 27, so he's around Luka's age. So I mean, he could possibly be a long-term answer, but that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys subscribe and leave a like and make more videos on the off season. So